The urge to play some more terrible games began scratching at my neck again, but this time I decided to do something a little different. Instead of playing bad games from the Steam marketplace, I decided to take a look at the App Store after getting some questionable ads. I guess that the cop decided to just light up a shoplifter even though he was running at the speed of a snail, and even though he's clearly dead, we still call an ambulance to pick him up. The cop also seems to be working double shifts as he helps these firefighters put out the fire with absolutely no gear. I will be showing my face throughout this video, so do not be alarmed. So we have the game here, made with Unity, best part about it, and of course about 30 fucking notifications. The great thing about Rescue Team is just how many words are misspelled. Rescue, factions, this entire sentence. Check the path to running car on minimap. The ads also just add to the already amazing gameplay. $5 a week? I opted in to play the cop's career mode since free mode is locked, and I will admit there does seem to be quite a bit of content. The first level requires us to stop a fugitive from escaping the scene of the crime, though it seems that this man had the entire city on his back as all the civilians were there to just sabotage me. Oh, it's not that guy. Holy shit, these guys are all paid. But after finally cutting him off, the level just ends. I don't know why, but I was expecting to have some kind of shootout with them. The second level has us protecting the president as he makes his way downtown. The entire objective is literally just to drive next to him and nothing more. I really want to know what happens if I run over those guys. Oh my god, I didn't know these guys were made with the might of Zeus. Oh, I'm cut. Since the police was just a glorified driving simulator, I moved over to the paramedics hoping things would be different. I found that I was actually able to exit my car, but couldn't really do anything since the objective was on the other side of the map. I can't lie though, my driving was on par with Dominic Toretto. Just look at those drifts. Ooh, drift! Oh, fuck. But after reaching the injured civilian, the level just ends again. I don't know why I was expecting something crazy like performing open heart surgery. The game is literally just a driving simulator with ads and microtransactions tossed around like footballs. This game can get a get off my phone out of 10. The next game I wanted to play was actually one I found about 4 years ago. I was scrolling through my camera roll one day and noticed that little app icon. The only thing I remember is that the game felt like a Yandere simulator knockoff. For starters, the game is called High School Simulator 2018. Who in their right minds would want to simulate going to high school? I love that the game allows for an insane amount of customization only to be locked without explaining how to even unlock them. I was able to name my personas, and after getting the most questionable ad I've ever seen in my life, I became a typical Japanese anime high school student. Since school had just begun, I headed over to what I assumed to be my class, but it was empty. In fact, the entire school was empty. I tried phoning my homie, which was how I found out that I go to school with a bunch of trolls that literally live under a tunnel. I love that there's a wider range of communication such as hello and goodbye. Since there wasn't really much going on, I decided to command my own little army of high school students. Alright, we got an army over here. Alright guys, stand still for a picture. Make a line, make a line. Nice. I guess I didn't really like taking pictures because they abandoned me right after. Once I made it back to school, there was a cop who for some reason just held every student at gunpoint. She might have been drinking on the job a little bit. She even waltzed into the school. I came to Japan to escape America, not live it. I can fight her? Oh shit. What the fuck? Oh. Something you guys may not know about the Japanese school system is that the teachers don't actually show up, prompting the students to teach themselves. Alright class, how many of you have heard of the term gamers? And once they do arrive, class is pretty much already over. I tried joining a social circle, but they clearly didn't even want to speak to me. Could this game get any more realistic? I discovered that there was a couple of clubs you could join, but even if you did, all you got was a little hat. Oh my god guys, what are we doing? Where are we going? Are we going to like the music room? Why are we all walking in as a... What? Whoa! I have to dance, but I don't know how to dance. I have to fucking... Oh, I can't hit a boogie. I can't lie though, the music club was definitely hitting that shit. Another note about Japanese high schools is that the bathrooms aren't really all that luxurious over there. Anyways, I'm glad I finally got to live out my dreams of being an anime protagonist and can finally never think about that damn game ever again. I rate this a kawaii out of 10. Now, the next game is something I kept seeing constantly all over Twitter. I think you might have seen them too, they're kind of a meme. The game is called Sid Story. And although it's no longer available on mobile, mainly due to failed financing, the game has a second life on Steam as Sid Classic. I'm glad to say that it is still formatted just like any other mobile game. I'll be honest though, these kinds of mobile anime gacha games really just aren't for me. The tutorial begins with a little introduction to the world as well as some of the game's mechanics, but the mechanics are literally just click. Like, I wasn't sure if I was missing anything or if the tutorial was even teaching me anything. If you want to level up, just click on the teacher. If you want to upgrade your stats, just keep clicking. If you enter a battle, you can either watch some little animations or just click to skip to the ending. There are different modes like exploration, atelier, basically everything you see on the screen, and you can even make friends that you can drag into battle if you need help, but none of those really add to the overall gameplay. They're just there to earn more rewards. In my opinion, all gacha games are only intended to suck the player out of as much money as possible through pack openings. Although I received a couple of normal original characters, I was glad to see that some of the classics made their way to the Sid Story revival. For example, Don Quixote, who in this game ran away from her family and therefore is determined to save the country and its people, despite fighting for the wrong things each day. Pretty accurate. Genghis Khan, who just goes around and captures cities because she hates them. Pretty accurate. And Socrates, who may seem like a woman who is fond of pretty young boys? I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I mean, hey, I didn't know Socrates myself, so. It's unfortunate to see that many of the all-time classics like Harriet Tubman and Abraham Lincoln are no longer a part of the game, or at least they aren't listed on the wiki. Can we please get a petition started to bring back magical girl Harriet Tubman? Just listen to the fans. I know nothing about American history, but her being a magical girl aborting slavery is such a girl boss move. Sid Classic gets an I love to gamble out of 10. Let's move on. The next game we have is called One Slate. Now, I downloaded this game because the advertisements claim to have no NPCs. So if the player base wasn't huge, this game would just be completely empty. And that's what I was honestly hoping for. I'll give it to these guys though. The game actually starts off with a real cutscene laying out the story. We're some young new hustlers coming out to the big city of LA. If you want to make it big and live that lavish lifestyle, we're gonna have to start straight from scratch. Basically just like anybody moving to LA at this point. Surprisingly, the game was actually populated by real players. And they even offer voice chat, which I wasn't expecting.
Bro, get the fuck out of here with these damn mopeds, bro.
Man, get your fucking ass out of here.
And you get the fuck out.
What the fuck? The game itself is honestly just as advertised, a real role-playing game. You start your business, earn money, go out and join a gang or whatever. Just basically live your second life in One Slate. I do gotta say though, whoever the fuck used OnlyFans as their company name, just why? I'm still astonished that OnlyFans was taken and YouTube wasn't. This is honestly the closest thing we'll probably ever get to GTA 5 on mobile. It's really not a bad game. A little slow since you're starting from scratch, but it still beats everything else I talked about in this video. If only the players were kind enough to respond to a lonely man's cries for help. I'll rate this game an actually would play out of 10. I only decided to include it here since it seems that there's always one game I actually like tossed in these videos. And then there's Grand City Driving Auto 5. Jesus, what is wrong with me? I look like Michael Cera if he was like fucking divorced dad or something. The camera was so goddamn shaking that anytime I moved, I felt as if I was going to get motion sickness. At least Rescue Team didn't have the balls to include ads in the middle of gameplay. Is this my car? Did I get in it? It is. Of course I have a Lambo. I'm Michael Cera. I get in the car and a fucking ad plays. It looks like every single NPC in this game was either built out of titanium or just ghosts. And while I was playing, a banner ad for a fake GTA 5 free download popped up. I can only assume the browser tried running GTA 5 but made in Scratch. So all around, this game was probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, which is why I'm giving it a not even G2A would sell this out of 10. I want to thank my 4 channel members, SA1250, QRitoS, Inflim, and KKSika. I'm sorry if I butchered any of your names, but you guys are now up on my wall. I tried getting a little more creative with the drawings, so I hope they turned out nice. I kind of like drawing these little pictures, so if you want your own place on my wall, come join in on the membership. Anyways, if you like this video, check out my other videos. That's about all for me, and ciao ciao.